On December 21st of this year, 2020, the planets Jupiter and Saturn will reach the climax of a dance routine they've been working up to for, well, a long time. From Earth, we will see the two giant planets of our solar system passing closer to each other than they have in nearly 400 years. This approach is called a Great Conjunction. The planets will be low in the southwest sky on this day, following the sun down over the horizon. You'll get the best view from a location where you don't have trees, buildings, or hills blocking that part of your view. On Oahu, somewhere like the Waikiki, Diamond Head, or Hawaii Kai shorelines, or most of the West Shore, all should have good viewing. Many places with higher altitude could also have a nice chance to see these planets after sunset if they look west. So, what is a conjunction? Conjunction is the term in astronomy for when two or more objects in our solar system are seen to pass close together. Variations on this definition may specify that the two objects should share the same right ascension, the night sky equivalent of longitude on Earth, grid lines counting degrees to the east or west as the sky rotates overhead. I tried to ask the question, how close is close, so that we can call it a conjunction? And the answer, well, I didn't really get a specific answer. The traditional definition from astrology seems to be a closest pass of either 10 degrees or 20 degrees separation. Those are still a pretty generous definition. For perspective, 10 degrees is approximately the width of your fist if you hold it out at an arm's length. Turning back to the meaning of great conjunction, ordinary conjunctions actually happen very frequently. For example, when larger and smaller objects pass in front of each other, we say one is transiting or one is occulting the other. When Venus crossed between Earth and the Sun in 2004 and again in 2012, that was a transit. When the moon passes in front of a star or in front of a planet, that is an occultation. So, what makes this conjunction great? Jupiter and Saturn are the two largest planets in our solar system, the giant gas giants. That's all. They're big, they're bright, and they're impressive to look at. A great conjunction isn't exceptionally rare. They happen about every 20 years. However, not all of them are quite this close, and sometimes they're too close to the Sun to even see from Earth. That's why this conjunction is especially fun. The previous Great Conjunction saw Jupiter and Saturn more than 10 times farther apart than the one this year. Let's go take a top-down view of what's happening in the solar system on December 21st. Here, we're looking down at Earth. That is, we're facing the same direction as Earth's south pole. We see, behind Earth, the southern half of the sky. Let's move further away and get a look at the rest of the solar system. There, now we can see Jupiter and Saturn. We can easily draw a line, our line of sight, from Earth to Jupiter to Saturn. That's the direction we are looking for this conjunction. Notice how far apart still Jupiter and Saturn are, even though they look from Earth like they're nearly on top of each other. The closest these planets will ever get to each other is still more than 4 times the distance from Earth to the Sun. Now, I said before, it takes around 20 years between chances to see a great conjunction, because we need to wait for Jupiter and Saturn to be in a line pointing towards the Sun again, give or take a couple of months, since we'll also need to wait for Earth to intersect that line. It's possible to do a whole lot of math to figure out exactly when that'll happen, but for this video, at least, it's easier to just explore it visually. So let's fast forward through time. There, about 20 years later, It looks like the next great conjunction might be in September 2040. Unfortunately, it also looks like Earth will be on the wrong side of the Sun to see much of that one at all. So, a conjunction like this one is really all about how the planets look from Earth. Since that's the most important thing to us here, how can you see them? You'll need a location with a clear, unobstructed view of the southwest sky. If the sky is clear, the planets should be clearly visible and probably will be the brightest thing just after sundown in the west, until about 8 p.m. here in Hawaii. After 8, even low objects like faraway houses or trees might block your view. Your best bet here would be to try and find a beach park or a scenic overlook on a road that faces the west, where you can be safe from traffic and not near too large a crowd while you watch. And remember, even though the closest approach is on December 21st, the planets will still be very close in the sky for a while afterwards. If it's cloudy, or if you just couldn't find a clear view, just go out to look the next day or the day after. You'll still have a good chance of seeing Jupiter and Saturn closer in the sky than you will again for many, many years. If you go out to look at the conjunction, please share your stories with us on our Facebook page. If you take a picture, share that with us too, so we can all compare what kind of experience we had. Please remember to stay safe, especially when looking at anything near the sun. Stay healthy out there and have a fun time sky watching. Until next time, aloha and good night.